Howdy, all. Nurse Dude here, and welcome to the wonderful world of a PowerPoint presentation. I know it's been a while, and wanted to give you guys a few thoughts that I've been thinking about now that I'm getting into the winter time and it's a bit cooler out here, and I have some more free time from work. So overall, we're going to go over why your rifle's weight really doesn't matter, but within reason. Something I've been kind of thinking about and been asking a few people about, and some of my opinions on the matter. First, let's do a reality check. Life is not Call of Duty and video games. What are you really doing with your rifle in any context? Most likely you're carrying it. Yes, the heavier it is, the more awkward it is to carry, but you're not running around in a ready position the entire time. Chances are you're probably going to have it slung. You're going to be walking a lot. Maybe we'll be lucky and you're going to be in a vehicle. Your different shooting positions. Ultimately, you're going to be engaging in a target while in the prone, which is your most stable position. Your rifle's weight is really just held up by bone and muscle at that point on the ground, as opposed to being free bearing weight. Sitting position or a kneeling position, similar thing. Standing, you're going to be up against a piece of cover, hopefully, and not just out in the open. So let's look at the realities of the situation. You're going to be walking a lot and more walking and more walking. Maybe you're going to be in a vehicle and you're going to have really short, intense actions, moments of action. And with that adrenaline going, you're not going to really freaking notice. It's just like a self defense scenario. It does not matter how heavy that trigger is, you're going to be able to pull it because all of the adrenaline going on in your body. Continuing, how far can you really see something and positively identify it? Yeah, iron sights are great, but can you really see that far? There's a reason why World War II we found out that everything was in 300 meters in, because you can't really see and positively identify stuff outside of that. Point versus area target. The further you get out, the harder it is to hit things. And so things that you might put in your rifle might help out with meeting that gap between the two. You're going to be using cover and concealment. You're going to be running behind things, around things, under things. You're going to be trying to get in a place where they can't shoot you and you can hit them. And then also the idea of closing and engaging. This is where that moments of intense action and violence happen, to where you're going to be trying to get as close as you can, so that way it's less time for them to react and easier for you to engage them correctly. So, a little bit of historical comparisons here. We have your M14, which we all know is kind of like an intermediate rifle between the M16 and the M1. But let's go for it. 9 pounds ish, 20 rounds, really, really long. It was a pike. You only had iron sights on it. There was no real ability to add anything. You even could load stripper clips into it if you really had. So, we're going about 9 pounds with that. M16A2, the thing that I learned how to do my stuff on. 30 rounds. Overall length was shorter at about 40 inches overall. Yeah, you could add a quad rail, you could add optics and more weight. The M16A4, which had a quad rail and flat top, was at 8.5, at almost 9 pounds. And so we're starting to kind of get further up in weight and with more accessories added. M4A1 Block 2, 9.5-ish pounds. Again, 30 rounds. Overall length was shorter at this point, but it's more weight than the M16A2. We could add lights. We could add optics. We could add foregrips. We could add rails. All of that at a cost of weight, yet improving our ability to close, engage, and positively identify. And kind of the general setup now with our AR-15s for a general purpose rifle, kind of 10 pounds ish. It's really similar to the M4A1 Block 2 as far as its setup. You got 30 rounds. The overall length with the can, mind you, is about 37-ish inches. And with the 5.56 can I have, it's about 35-ish inches. But we can add lights. We can add lasers. We can add foregrips. We can add all sorts of different things, so on and so on, but all at a cost of weight. So with that being said, there's no free lunch. Every accessory you add is a potential increase in its capability, and that cost is weight. You want to be able to see further to engage a longer point target, add a magnifier, weight. You want to be able to engage things at night actively, weight. You want to be able to see things at night with a white light. Hey, guess what? Weight. So ultimately, that PID and effective engagement is going to be about 450 meters, and that's going to equal weight on your scope for a scope. So, yeah, I mean, it's a really easy question here. If you want to be able to get more capabilities out of something, or it's going to cost you something, and that is weight. So I kind of did a poll a while ago trying to figure out, what overall everybody was doing. I kind of did a general polling here. First, we have, what is your rifle's weight? Kind of seems like the majority of people are at 9.5 to 10 pounds. What's the barrel length that everyone's running? Seems to be the 13 to 14 inch range, with a few of you guys running 16s and shorties. Do you feel like your weight is at an okay weight? That seems to be the general consensus, that you guys are overall satisfied with your rifle's weight. Some of them say it's a little bit too heavy. Some of you say you need to reduce weight. And some actually say you were going to end up adding weight, and I assume that's to add capabilities. And then we have a what's your white light and laser aiming module combination. And most of you guys are running either a white light only or a weapon light and a laser aiming module. And for the few of you that said none, I'm disappointed in you. Nextly, what are optics are you running? It seems to be that it's around mostly, I'm going to generally say, a red dot and an LPVO with maybe a magnifier. And some of you weirdos are running mid-level optics on there too. But so your typical aggregate rifle here seems to be about 9.5 pounds, running a 14 plus or minus barrel, has an LPVO or a red dot sight, maybe a magnifier, and definitely has a white light on it. So with that, we're kind of going back to that M4A2 Block 2, A1 Block 2 rifle. Kind of seems to be your standard for what rifles are out here. And like I said before, it's a currency. Spend it wisely. Am I going to take my GPR setup at a weight penalty compared to the M16A2 I was first given when I was 17? Or are you kidding me? Yes, because it provides me a much larger range of flexibility of things I can do with it. I have very good eyesight. Even I can't see out to 500 meters to be able to PID something. Can I see in the night? No, I have good night vision, but I'm not a PVS 14 when it comes to seeing things at night. Yeah, I have a red light, but that only gets you about maybe 10 or 12 meters. So overall, it's a currency. Spend it wisely, and having a heavy rifle is an okay thing within reason. You bull barrel 30-pound rifle guys, yeah, that's not smart. And then going the exact opposite direction, believe it or not, having that ultra light may cost you in durability and overall strength of the rifle too. So there's a happy medium, and I think everyone, it's a little bit different for each individual person, but that seems to be around the 10 pounds-ish range, depending on what you have on it. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you guys later.